Folks, I had no idea what to do for this video, so here I am making this video. If you don't know me, hi, I'm Vic. I like doing artworks, I like drawing characters, and I like making OCs. And welcome back to my channel. Well, not really welcome back, it's technically a welcome, considering that this is my first ever video. Yeah. Anyways, I wanted it to be a little bit special with myself, right? And basically just create characters. But not just any characters, characters that are inspired by secret weapons. You might be asking, Vic, what the heck is a secret weapon? Well, let me tell you. Basically, secret weapons are a bunch of collections of roller coasters that are made by Alton Towers, a theme park resort in the UK that has its own original, lore behind the literal roller coasters. Like Nemesis, Oblivion, and of course the one and only the SMILER that is very well known worldwide, for obvious reasons. So without further ado, why don't we start with the SMILER as the first roller coaster. So I am going to basically just create his character, make it based off the backstories that we've seen from Alton Towers and the information that Alton Towers gave for the SMILER. So sit back, relax, onto the video. SMILER, or Secret Weapon number 7, was the first ever, Gajinka roller coaster that I ever started within the series. I didn't think that much of it, but since I now realized that there's more roller coasters that are similar to it, I decided to do every single one of them afterwards. Originally, I thought of giving him a weapon, or include the weapon of his choice into the design. However, I kind of changed my mind later on, feeling like it's gonna not be as important as what his whole, reference sheet is. So, his whole thing, or SMILER's whole thing, is based on turning people into members of, this group, a smiling advocate. Yeah, that's the name, yeah. So they encourage, people, he brainwashes people to encourage them into becoming smiling advocates. So I decided to give him more of a combination designs. Since his whole thing is based on scientific experimentation, a part of him is inspired by scientists, like the lab coat and such. And especially with goggles and gloves and such. However, I wanted to add my own spin into it. I feel like if he has his own character, I feel like he would probably make his own creations, or build them, build weapons, or build any sort of machinery that helps with making more members join his advocacy. For his whole character, I took some references from other characters, especially Jinx and Shadow Milk Cookie from Cookie Run Kingdom, as a reference to get a better understanding of how I'm envisioning him. I also made him a dude. Kind of makes sense with the whole web series, being that the main guy, Miles Cedars, is a dude, and I feel like I can't see this with anything else, so he's a dude. I first started to plot down my value colors, seeing which areas of his design would be the darker parts before I add the actual coloring myself, because I like giving myself some better understanding of where I'm envisioning his own color scheme. I given a lot of gesture elements as well into his design as well, especially from his hat and how he acts and his joyous personality. He makes an entertainment in some ways, since, of course, gestures are known to be quite individuals who are like basically, well, laugh or make people laugh. I also give him a stitched up mouth. I feel like it would have fit well with him, considering that he wants to appear like he's smiling all the time, so it kind of fits his whole spiel of being a maniac and also a mad scientist, so I feel like that would fit him. Some people might have seen this as some form of creepiness, but that's just his whole thing. SMILER is meant to be like a creepy story or background, so I feel like that kind of fits him with his design. So his whole color palette is mainly black, white, and yellow. I thought that would be very obvious considering that it fits with the SMILER logo and kind of also fits him with his character. He's happy, but it could also represent, you know, the danger side or the danger like areas that have like black and yellow, so that also gives that some alertness about his design. Honestly, within this time I've done a few redesigns. This is the final design that I actually properly gave him. Before, he originally had a really bigger hat than I like arranged, but I felt like that got a bit too much into his design, so I made it look like two spirals at the end and not make it as big. I feel like it fits a lot more better for him and it gives him more mobility and stuff. I gave him more of a cartoonish style into the artwork that you can see right here, but also made a painterly-like style because I do like doing digital paintings. So yeah, you can see two different versions of him in more detailed and more simplistic style. Honestly, working on him was a lot of fun. I really did enjoy having to make his hat and make his goggles, and like his whole character design is really fun. Even though he's supposed to be literally a Kajinka or a human version of a roller coaster, I do have a lot of fun still, and yeah, that makes him much more intriguing. I'm still thinking about what his name could be. Currently, right now, I'm thinking of Dr. SMILER. I think it's very simple, but that fits straight to the point of the roller coaster because he is a humanization of the roller coaster. But I don't know. What do you guys think? And that is SMILER, ladies and gentlemen, and those who identify in between. I hope you really like his character, and I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Like I said, this is the first part of a multiple series dedicated to these roller coasters. The next one on the list I'm working on is Oblivion. So if you want to see the others, feel free to hit that subscribe button so you wouldn't and hit the notifications so you would not miss any of my videos. Till next time, and remember, smile always. Right, this is Vic, and peace!